All right, I am here. We are live. Let's do this. I think we go to limited. I don't even know. I've only ever gone to the commander queue for since they've changed to this UI format. Commander Legends Multiple Draft League. That sounds like the one we want. Commander Legends Phantom Multiplayer Draft League. Ooh, Phantom, huh? Phantom sounds enticing because I actually don't really want the cards that much. Yeah, I think I like the Phantom idea here. Uh, let's do it. We got play points. Boom. Joining the draft. 3 of 8 players. What up, Jolt? I mean, if I can, I'm going to try and draft 2 commanders. Dual commanders. I'm kind of hoping for Sakashima, just so I can copy whatever commander I get. We'll see how that goes, though. How does the draft work? I have no idea. This is my first one. We'll find out. We will find out. King Ginger asks, how do I feel about Jared Carthalion? I don't know. It's a weird card. I read it. I think I need to read it a few more times and think about it kind of deeply. It's cool. It's interesting. I don't know if it's good. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping for Sakashima copy Chroma. That's a thing that I really want to be doing, and that's a deck that we'll probably be seeing this coming week. May the picks be great. I hope so. I kind of also just want to force red. I really like the red cards in this set. Don't actually know what the cards in the other colors do. So I'd love to be in red. Red would be great. Five of 8. We're getting there. We're more than halfway. Four of 8. We're down one. Kevin says, hopefully this goes a little quicker than the MTG Goldfish stream last night. Lasted more than 3 hours than MTGO crashed. I hope so too. So I turned that on at one point, and then I ate dinner, watched some TV, did a bunch of things, and I turned it back on. I'm like, wait, this is still going? Please don't tell me this is the same game. I never found out if it was, but I think it was the same game. Yeah. We're going to try to push a win across a little quicker than that. I remember viewing that game around turn 16, and that's just more turns than I'm really interested in going in one particular game. Hey, good seeing you, Jolt. We should talk. Maybe do a little EDH lounge or something real soon. JJ says, bolts are red, counters are blue. Hello, chat. How are you? Love it. I'm actually surprised it's taken this long for the draft to fire off. I suppose everyone's probably doing the non-Phantom, but I just really don't need the cards that much. Like, most of the cards I don't really care about, so. Couple that I want, a whole lot that I don't. JJ says, used to play EDH decks on release with friends, like the 4 precons against each other. I've only ever done that once or twice. I know I did it at GP Vegas last year. Other than that, I don't think I've ever actually done it. I don't know. I have like mixed feelings about the precons. The precons are cool, but the precons aren't how like most people play Commander. They're a nice foundation for what you have going, and sure, it's fun to mess around with them a little bit, but you know, they can be a little bit slow, and might be some of the same thing that we're looking at here. We'll see how it goes, but although the last few years some of the precons have been pretty strong. Would I first pick a Jeweled Lotus? Maybe, probably. It's Phantom, so I don't get to keep it, but how do the games work? I have no idea. This is going to be my first one. I think it's going to be similar. It's going to be similar to Commander. It's going to be a draft and then a Commander game, I think, is basically the best way to think about it. People talking about the Florida product. Yeah, there's a lot of cards to buy right now. It's unfortunate, especially if your wallet's looking a little bit thin. Bad time to be a Magic player. A lot of cards to buy. Am I going to pick a commander from Pack 1, or am I going to try to hope for other things? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I haven't drafted in forever. So, like, you know, I used to draft a lot before the channel. I'll try to employ some of my draft skills that I used to have. Who knows if they're still there, but yeah. You know, if we see something cool in the first pack, you know, maybe we'll draft around it. If not, maybe we'll keep looking. We'll try to stay open. This is a lot like Brawl, but using the draft format. Good to remember, I saw someone on Twitter posted that they drafted like 3 copies of a card, forgetting that this is still a game of Commander, where you can still only have 1 copy of the card, so... Do the packs have 20 or 15 cards each? Someone says 20. I have no idea. I haven't opened any yet. This is my very first draft. First time really touching this product at all, so we will see. Taking a lot longer than I thought to get this game going. Someone says this isn't Singleton. You can have as many duplicates as you want. Are you sure? Singleton rules don't apply in Commander Legends Draft. Oh. Huh. Who knew? I saw someone post the opposite of that on Twitter. I haven't fact-checked it at all, obviously, which is how we got to this point, but... What up, Austin? Got Austin from Commander 99 in the house. Speaking of drafting 8 copies of something, one of the craziest decks I've ever seen was in Cold Snap Draft. I had this really good mono green deck that I thought was going all the way. Got to the final round. The guy that beat me, his deck was it was a mono white deck. It was entirely 2 drops and 8 copies of Keldril Warcry, which give him like +X for each copy of Keldril Warcry in the graveyard. So they were like 6/6s, 7/7s by the mid turns of the game, and I got stomped by that deck real hard, and it was a bad time. So drafting 8 copies of something can be really good. Cold Snap Draft is awesome. It is the weirdest set. I don't think there's another draft set like that, and there probably won't be. So I don't know. Like, I wouldn't. It's not like Balance. It's not like Innistrad, where Innistrad is like this very finely crafted draft set. Cold Snap is weird. There's wild stuff. There's cumulative upkeep. You can draft 8 copies of the Ripple cards if you want. It's pretty silly. For some reason, like, monocolor drafting is a thing in that set, which, like, most sets you need to draft 2 colors. Like, you generally can't draft monocolor unless, you know, someone is passing, unless both people next to you are, like, passing really weird, but... 7 of 8, 1 to go. We just need 1. But yeah, hopefully this doesn't go, like, 3 hours for a game. dig in your trenches, get your trenches settled if in case it does, but we will see. Oh, and we've got a draft. Wait. Saw this Ambush Viper and almost thought we were drafting Innistrad. I got real nervous. What's our rare? Who's our rare? Sat's Will. Well, that's not awful. Choose one. Cast a spell. May choose both. Each opponent sacrifices a creature they control with the greatest power. Exile all cards from opponent's graveyard and create that many thralls. Excuse me. Interesting. Maybe we just grab it because it's the rare. Kangi's Lieutenant. I mean, I kind of just want to force white also. Oh, there's a Prava Steel Legion. Warden of Evos Isle. Creatures with flying. Maybe we do a flyers thing. This makes you the Monarch. That's kind of cool. Open the Armory. Are there cool equipment in this set? I don't even know. There's Commander's Plate. Commander's Plate is pretty cool. Force aggro. Not a lot of red in this pack. I was hoping for more red, but what can you do? Fall from Favor is probably OP. All right, so I think the choices are this thing, Sat's Will. What's this do? Discard a card, target creature. Nah, I'm not sold on that. Open the Armory, just in case we find a cool equipment, but that might be a stretch. And then Fall from Favor, just because it's, like, dumb. Fall? Yeah, I'm on for Fall. This thing just seems real good. Okay, we picked. This all looks different. I haven't drafted, I don't think, since they've changed the UI. It's been that long. Indeed, no one does expect Ambush Viper. Ambush Viper is OP in draft format. Oh, it's a select 2? Good thinking. Appreciate that. Sat's Will, I think. Just, it's good. There we go. There's our nice pack. Ooh, Ardent. Oh, where's that Open the Armory? I doubt that Open the Armory wheels, but you know what, though? The equipments in this set probably aren't crazy. I see this and I'm thinking, like, all right, let's get a Blackblade Reforged in here or something. I'm like, there's no Blackblade Reforged in this set. We got a red card. What's this one do? All creatures can attack your opponents and planeswalkers they control as though they had haste. Yeah, that one's kind of cool. I might just try to force red. What's this do? Makes a bunch of mana. We got a bunch of commons. Eye and Prism. Yeah, that's what a responsible player would do. This one ramp? Is this actually ramp? Enters the battlefield, draw a card. It does replace itself. It's not actually ramp, but it's color fixing, and that is cool. This is a creature that finds a land, is also color fixing. I'm going to go for this red guy and the Prism, just because I want to try to force red if I can. Doesn't look like Furnace Celebration? I don't know. We may not be catching red on this side. Maybe that's not going to pan out. Furnace Celebration. If you sacrifice, no, I'm not playing on sacrifice stuff. Commander, you control attacks. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Could be okay in this format. Doesn't get me super excited. Amorphous Axe. No, maybe we should have just drafted Voltron. Command Tower is cool. That's a responsible pick. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If it had 3 or more, sacrifice it. Search your library for 2 basic land cards. That is ramp. Slow conditional ramp, but ramp nonetheless. Monarch. Maybe we just draft like a Monarch. I don't know. What are we doing? We have 3 different color cards right now. We don't have a commander. Start with this Command Tower. That's just a good idea because we don't know what we're doing yet. Perilous Mirror isn't terrible because we don't know what we're doing yet. We could stay open. Reach, Trample, Cascade. It's not awful. Yeah, maybe Calith, just so we have a commander. A lot of green, it looks like, in this pack. I'm gonna play a hunch that maybe we're getting green on this side, so I think I'm gonna try this Monarch thing. Ooh, there's a commander. Hans Eriksson. When it attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Defending player or planeswalker, yep. Otherwise, put that card into your hand. When you put a creature card onto the battlefield this way, it fights Hans Eriksson. That's a commander. That's green and red. Oh, there's some red cards. Humble Defector is fine. Soulsfire, probably okay. That's removal. I'm going to go for Hans, I think. That gives us like a commander. Maybe Soulsfire. Again, I'm trying to force red if I can. There's no green in this pack. Oh, Fleshbag Marauder. And maybe we should stop and take a look. There's removal also. Trying to force red. Soulsfire it is. Boom. Numa Jaraga Chieftain. At the beginning of combat in your turn, you may pay XX. If you do, distribute X +1/+1 counters among elves. It has partner. It is a green commander. That is a thing. Raise the alarm. 7/7 with Cascade. Well, if the game goes to turn 16, we'll probably be able to cast it. Are we catching black on this side? Are they passing black? Less convinced in this pack. What's this do? Aqueous Form. Can't be blocked. I'm going to try and stay in red-green if I can. Maybe we take this Monarch thing too, just in case we have to go to black. This is kind of just a good card. How good is this in draft? Like, I know you can do stuff with it in Commander. How good is it actually in draft? This is an elf. Yeah, maybe we want it. Maybe we'll run elves or something. Jury Master of Review. I don't know if I've seen this one yet. When you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. That's cool. I don't know if I'm on that per se, but... Can't be blocked. Creature's power 2 or less. Has Encore. Encore, I think, is probably pretty good in this format. Ooh, Volcanic Torrent. Good for the late game. That's removal. Yeah, definitely that. And what's this one? Enters and destroys an artifact. It's not awful if you want to get aggressive. I do like being aggressive. Enters with 2 counters on it. May move any number of counters from onto another creature. Oh, that'd be good for our commander. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this thing. Seems good and playable. Core Cartographer. Maybe white was open. Was white open? White might have been open. Also, this is not terrible. Have we wheeled? What pack is this? Yeah, that card's fine. Sacrifice an artifact or creature, 1 damage to any target. What's this one do? Capsule plus Seer? Yeah, those are both powerful cards, aren't they? Since it's a league, hate drafting isn't really a thing for the most part, so keep that in mind, but return another target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. That's cool, just because we don't have to commit to a color. I like that. I've only seen one game, Rifa, but the game that I saw was like 3 hours, so yeah. Based on that one experience, it does appear to be pretty slow. All right, we got to make some decisions. I'm just going for these two. I waited a little too long. Rummaging Goblin, that's a card. Dragon Mantle seems okay. Angelic, yeah, white was definitely open. Oops. There's another elf. Let's grab an elf. What's this thing do? When it attacks or blocks, each player draws a card. I don't know how to feel about that. Looting, on the other hand. Looting is pretty cool. Oh, there's some green. Ambush Viper. It came back. Get ourselves an Ambush Viper. And when it dies, draw a card. That seems reasonable to me. Let's do it. Oh, there's the green. Yeah. Sentinel Spider or Wild Size. Sweet. All right. All right. Pack one down. Feels like we're in red and green. Hopefully we catch some red back on this side. Rounds at the store took 90 minutes. Oh, my. Oh, my. Belby Corrupted Observer. Black-green? Are we going black-green? At the beginning of each player's post-combat main phase, that player adds 2 colorless for each opponent who's lost life this turn. That is ramp. That is ramp. Horizon Stone. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes colorless instead. Oh, that seems powerful. Got some removal. That's in black, though. That's going to be more Voltron, which doesn't look like we're doing. Whenever you cast an elf spell, may have Beastmaster deal 2 damage to a target creature with flying. Not terrible. Not terrible. Oh, there's a Rograk in. Oh, there is a Rograk in here. There is a Rograk. Yeah, I mean, I guess we have to, right? So we'll go Rograk and I think Horizon Stone. That feels really powerful to me. There's Grixis. I'm pretty sure we're not in Grixis, so probably pass on that. Grafted War Gear. It's not the worst card. Guildless Commons. I don't know. Do we need a colorless Ravnica land? I don't feel like we do. Vow. Vows are cool. Dragon Mantle. We could probably pick up that later. Diamond and Eye. Let's see. Celebrant and Vow. Wild Celebrants, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'm definitely on the Vow. Gift of Paradise. Enchant Land. Gain 3 life. Enchanted Land has add 2 mana of any color. That is ramp. Yeah, I like where you're at on that. We'll go both of those. Ramp is good. There's Liesa. I'm excited to build Black-White Angels at some point. Not in draft. In actual Commander. Oh, there's another Open the Armory. Oh, we could have such a sweet Voltron deck. I hate myself already. We could be doing Arden things. I'm so sad. This guy seems kind of cool. Ooh, Farhaven Elf? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely Farhaven Elf. And, I mean, Haunted Cloak isn't terrible either. Altasaur? Which one's Altasaur? Yeah. The Behemoth seems fine. I think I'd rather go for the Altasaur because of the value. What do we got here? An Wolvid Familiar. As long as it's your turn, commanders you control have indestructible, and it's a partner. I think that's going to be a definitely. Another Altasaur. Go ramp dot deck. Get the Sphinthorn Elves. Rupture Spire. Another Rummage Goblin. I think I'm on Finhorn Elves. More ramp, right? Ramp must be good. Ordeal of Nylea. That is ramp also. Are we doing ramp dot deck? It's either elves or elves, right? Yeah, go big or go home. Let's see. Cat Monkey. Soulsfire. If we're doing a big ramp thing, Soulsfire could make a lot of sense. When this enters the battlefield, you may pay 3. If you do, it deals 3 damage to a target. It's kind of expensive. It's pretty expensive. That's a 3/3 flyer, though. This is more ramp. Maybe we just do, like, big ramp dot deck. You can move counters, enters the battlefield 2 counters, move them around. Could be good for Hans Eriksson. I'm going to go for Soulsfire. That's removal and burn and all that good stuff. I like that. Burning Anger. This creature deals damage equal to its power to any target. Sold. Another Soulsfire? Yeah, maybe. Green Monarch. Green Monarch seems good. Let's go for that. It is indeed a 60-card deck. See what this monstrosity looks like in a little bit. Where are we? Was that the end of pack 2? How many picks do we have? So we're mostly green, splash a bit of red, but removal in red, I'll splash for removal any day when I'm drafting. Monarch is the biggest way to draw cards and not blue, I think. Yeah, I would agree with that. No, we're still missing 8 cards from pack 2. Okay. 32 total. Right, that makes sense. Math. That's how math works. Math is indeed for blockers. Not drafters. Blockers. Waiting for a pack. Waiting for a pack. Waiting for a pack. Hans Eriksson is no blocker. No, he is not. Waiting on a card. Waiting on a card. I imagine that we can probably pick these things up late, so we could probably get like a couple of them. Can we start building the deck yet? No, I don't think we can we? Nothing could ruin this fine draft. Oh, I could ruin this fine draft. I know triple Innistrad really well, and what would always happen? I would always try. My friend used to stop me with blue-white flyers, and I would try like every combination of aggressive colors in Innistrad draft, and I would just get wrecked by blue-white flyers. So I would try to force blue-white flyers, and then end up in red-white-blue every time. And every time I knew I ended up in red-white-blue, that means I messed up. Like I just didn't read the signs and try to force things that weren't there. Yeah, Arden I think was in pack 2. I could have gone Open the Armory pack 1, Arden pack 2. I think there was an equipment in pack 3. We could have a really sweet Voltron deck right now. So I'm a little sad. But it's okay. We're going to do great things with this green-red Stompy ramp deck. Spider spawning is very good in Innistrad draft. You do need to probably be milling yourself a little bit, though. But even if, you just need, creatures or mill. One of the two. It seemed like I was keeping an eye on it. It does seem like there are quite a few equipments in the set, decent ones, or especially some at common that you can be able to pick up. Like Grafted War Gear is totally fine. Hero's Blade I saw floating around in a couple packs. So if you want to go Voltron, based on what I've seen in the packs that I've looked at so far, I think it should be there, because I was worried about that too. I don't actually know what equipments are at common and all that stuff. So that's ramp. Got to think about that. That's is this the Monarch one? That's another Monarch one. That is also ramp. Kangi's Lieutenant, probably not doing that. Oh, what if we went this thing? Target opponent becomes the Monarch. Are we in Naya? I mean, we have no white cards. I don't think there's a reason to go Naya. I think we should stay on our plan here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Gift. And should we go another Monarch Eye, or should we go Ordeal of Nylea? I'm going to go Monarch Eye. It's a creature, and it draws cards. Is that all? Seems like a really good thing. There's a Haunted Cloak. I'm going to pick that up just because haste. Haste is cool. Target creature can't block that this turn. That can be surprisingly effective. There's also Dragon Mantle. That replaces itself. That's fire breathing. That's not the worst thing I've ever heard. We'll try it. Grab a Dragon Mantle. Let's see. We got a colorless thing here. Target artifact creature gets +1/+1. Target artifact creature gains haste, flying, or trample. It's not wowing me. 4 mana, 4/3. Pump it up for 1,000,000 mana. We'll go for this thing. It's 4-drop. Yeah, I just don't think we're in Champion of Flame at all. Probably not going to use this, but grab the Golem. Nope, there's another Dragon Mantle. Grab Dragon Mantle. Oh, and I guess we get a Doom Traveler. All right, pack 2 down. Pack 3. Oh, hey now. What is this? This is a Kamal Heart of Krosa. Yeah, that seems good. That seems really good. So definitely going for that. Root Weaver Druid enters the battlefield. Each opponent may search their library for 3 basic land cards. Oh, is this the tempt on a creature? Sold. Could we do Kamal and Rograk as our commanders? We probably could. That one has partner. And where's Rograk at? There he is. That one has partner. That's a thing that we could do. I don't know that we're going to get anything out of Rograk, though. Like, we don't really have equipment. We would need something. Ooh, you know what we can do? If we grab more of that enchantment that puts plus counters on things. Sold. There we go. Yeah, now we're thinking. Kamal, Rograk, and Hans Eriksson just in the 99. Yeah, that feels like a plan. Feels like a plan. Oh, that's in a Chroma. Oh, I want a Chroma so bad. I just want to play this in my Angel deck. I want to go tinker with my Angel deck and drop in a Chroma in there and live the dream and give Aurelia +6/+6. Command Beacon seems cool. Moss Diamond is ramp. That is removal on a Cascade. Ooh, Alina? Yeah, it's got to be Alina. That's definitely a card that we want. And Crushing Vines I always just kind of like. It's just a cool card. There's another Monarch card. That's probably one of the weaker ones, though. But certainly playable. Hate Drafter? Yeah, this is a league. There's not really hate drafting in a league. Definitely Alina. Take that option off the table. So I think Moss Diamond, Natural Reclamation, Crushing Vines is where we are. You want the Commodore? I'm not sold on the Commodore. Alina plus Cascade? Yeah, I'm feeling that too. Removal is good. We got a partner. Add green mana. When you spend this mana to cast a spell, convert a mana cost 6 or greater, draw a card. That seems playable. Lisa, whenever you cast an elf spell, 2 damage target creature with flying could be helpful. Commander Sphere is ramp. I'm on, what was that, Jilanra? And Commander Sphere, I think, is where I'm at. What's this do? Stone Fury. Deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. 5 mana, so much. Eey. That is removal, though. Fury plus the elf. Yeah, I like that. Commander Sphere is just really tempting, though. We could probably use some removal, though. Removal is good. I think we are removal light, so. Commanders you control have indestructible. We get a second copy of that. That seems like it could be a good idea. Explosion of Riches. That card seems bad. There's the Hexproof guy. Could be a good ramp. Big rampy thing. Molder Beast. Molder Beast. There's one I haven't seen in a long time. Lifecrafter's Gift. +1/+1 counters. Dragon Egg. Dragon Egg's probably not awful. There's more ramp if we need it. Definitely this thing. Yeah, should we get more Finhorns? Just be like aggressively ramp. Yeah, I say we do it. We have a lot of things at 5 mana. We could actually use probably a couple more big things on the curve, although I guess we have a big commander that allows us to use a lot of mana, so. We want 4 elves if possible. Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't pass all the, what's that guy that says do damage when elves come into play? Take every elf, yeah. Take every elf seems like a legit strategy. How many big boys do you have? Do you need to ramp into something? Yeah, we could use like probably 1 or 2. If we could catch like 1 more of these guys, I'd feel pretty good about that. 60 card, maybe 2 more of those guys. We have a lot of 5 drops. I should probably just stop drafting things at 5 from this point. We seem to be pretty loaded up at 5 mana, so could use more 4 mana plays or just more ramp. It's already over. Pick 48 and we're calling it. Good game. Yeah, it's 3 boosters, 20 cards each. And you pick 2 cards per booster. Took me a minute to get used to that as well. Oh, there's the Lise Alana Bowmaster. We're doing that. Ooh, Undying Rage is helpful for Rograk. Do we have an Elvish Visionary already? We have 2 Elvish Visionaries already. Do we need a 3rd one? Do we need a 3rd Elvish Visionary? I'm going to grab this. This, how's our 3? Our 3's pretty crowded, although not all that's going in the deck. This is +2/+2. Like, how impactful is +2/+2? Bowmaster and Visionary, yeah, that's where I'm at. Oh, red-green card. Probably have to run it. Attacks, it gets +X/+X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Sold. Trample, draw a card. Another 5-drop. We need more 5-drops. Doesn't look like there's a lot else that we want. That's a 5-drop. That's a 5-drop. Gorilla, yeah. Oop, another Hans Eriksson. Double it up. Double or nothing. I'll go for the Crushing Vines here. I like having Crushing Vines on hand. Oh, there's another Altasaur. Boom. Another Gorilla guy. Can't be blocked by... There's the Encore. Yep. How's our 6 CMC? We could use things at 6. Let's grab that. Perilous Mirror, huh? I think we can live without Perilous Mirror. Actually, how many things do we have to do at 2? We could use things at 4 also. This is removal, though. I'm going for the mirror because it's more removal. I think we drafted a little bit light on removal. Oh, and 2 white cards. That is 60 cards. Those are all our picks. I don't know. I started getting nervous towards the end. I feel like there's some things I would have done differently, given the options. But you know, yeah, I grabbed the mirror because we're light on 2 drops, and I just want things to do early in the game. So, you know, it's a thing you just lay it down, and probably no one's gonna attack you because they don't want to lose whatever lowly costed creature they have. So, look at all these 5-drops. Drafted so many 5-drops. So here's a question: when's the last time any of you have built a 60-card deck? Because it's been a while for me. Let's see. Where'd our commander go? So I think we start with our commanders. I think we're on Kamal and Rograk, or... I mean, we could do Hans Eriksson. We could just attack with him, and... No, I think Kamal's probably too powerful. Yeah, Kamal's too powerful not to run, I think. Rograk, there's not a lot for Rograk in this deck. We didn't find another red partner, as far as I'm aware. Oh, no, we did. We found Alina. Boom. There we go. So probably no Rograk. I think we're going Alina, because Alina makes mana, and we are a ramp deck. Kamal does seem insane in this draft. This I feel good about. That's a pair that I feel pretty fantastic about. All right, what things are going to the sideboard? Get rid of these Doom Travelers. Get rid of all the off-color stuff. Definitely going to need to clean up the 5-drops. We need to get down to about 36 cards in the deck. That's out. Is the draft window always this small? Is there a zoom thing somewhere? Oh, yeah, it's a little bit better. Got that old man eyesight going. Zoom in on these bad boys. It's not as big of a deal if I know what all the cards do, but I don't know what all these cards do, so. We got 3 of these Monarch guys. That seems pretty good. Stone Fury is removal. Volcanic Torrent is removal. I like that. That's incentive for opponents to attack. That's repeatable removal. I like all that. And dies, draw a card. Maybe we don't need the Horizon Stone. I don't know. Move that over there. Need to cut about 15 cards. That out. That's haste. I like haste. Wild Size. I don't know. Maybe. That's more ramp. That's an elf-centric card. We didn't get that many elves. We got a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elvish Visionary. 2 Findhorn Elves, 3 Elvish Visionaries. 6 with the Farhaven. I guess 7? Maybe we have more elves than I thought. Wolf Beast. That gives our commanders indestructible. We've got 2 of those. That's pretty cool. I mean, maybe we don't... probably don't actually need the invokers that much. We have like 10 elves. Yeah, we have more elves than I definitely thought we had. So, I mean, part of our plan could be, if the format is slow, the plan could just be like, try and slam all these 5-drops. Doesn't seem great from like a deck building standpoint, but who knows? Who knows? It could work. Dragon Mantle out. Just don't think... If we use it at all, it'd probably be 1 copy and not 2. How many things actually have trample? These have trample. No trample. I mean, maybe this is taking care... Yeah, that's probably taking care of all our trample needs, so no need for Dragon Mantle. Rograk can come out. Gift of Paradise. Gift of Paradise is ramp. All right, so if we need to run, like, in a normal game of Commander, you would, for a deck like this, you would run probably 15 pieces of ramp. That's 100 cards. For this deck, half of that would be like 8, rounded up. Probably need like 10 pieces of ramp-ish. We got big stuff, so I definitely don't want to cut the ramp. Like, our deck is clunky. So, you know, the plan is just get big stuff, make more mana than our opponents, and go wild that way. Maybe we don't need so many Elvish Visionaries. That seems like probably a bit of overkill. What's this do? Yeah, we can definitely get rid of that since we're not going on the Rograk plan. This basically just, yeah, we can get rid of that. 2 Souls Fires. Oh, is that a partner? Yeah, but we would lose red if we partnered with that. All right, let's take a peek over here. Monarch is redundant, so maybe do we drop one of these? Or do we just like really want to make sure we hit Monarch? Numa is a win con. Where's Numa? Which one is Numa? Have not memorized all these card names yet. Numa. Potentially. We've still got a lot of elves, so I think we go down an Elvish Visionary. 3 is a lot. They're really only good early. Later in the game, we probably don't care about them that much. 1 Ordeal of Nylea. Monarch appears to be our only card draw. That is correct. Means I may also hold on to these Silverback Shamans for dear life. We are just going to have the biggest, most awkward 5 CMC slot in this deck. Just the way it's going to be. We're at 43. We need to cut, what? At least 7 cards? Definitely drop a Wild Heart Invoker. The only thing it's really good at is just being a creature on curve. Maybe we cut both. Because if the choice is I can play this, or I can just play another one of these, I think I just want another one of these, because 8 mana is so much. I like what Haunted Cloak does. Haunted Cloak has a lot of abilities that are all really good. I feel like I need the abilities. Haste and Trample is something that I want. Vigilance is nice also. Keep the Invokers. The format's really slow. We'll keep 1 Invoker. Any thoughts on this Encore guy? 6 mana, 7/4. Can't be blocked by small stuff. Yeah, let's make a ramp pile. That's a good idea. Those are card draw. This is ramp. I guess we can put it with these. That's ramp. Our commander is ramp, which helps. That's ramp. These are ramp. That's ramp. That is ramp. We have 29 creatures with 60 card formats. You want, what, about 25 creatures usually? What's this one do? Team Pump, or makes itself bigger? It makes itself bigger. Yeah, it's just cool and aggressive. I like that. Rummaging Goblin is loot. Go down the Perilous Mirror. I like it, but not more than the other things that we're doing. This deck looks sweet? Thanks. I don't know. I have my reservations. This makes me nervous. I guess I'm also just not like all the drafting I've ever done has been standard legal sets and 40 cards, not 60. So I feel a little uncomfortable in this moment. Getting a look at the cards one time, I have a better feeling of like what decks you can draft, because this is my first time going through everything. So like wasn't sure exactly how to feel about certain things. Like if you went Rogue Rack and just like grabbed, where's that card? If you grabbed like all these Ordeal of Nyleas and just slam it on Rogue Rack, that could be ridiculous. There's more equipment than I thought there would be at low rarities, so, or at the more common rarities. That's a land. We'll put this up there for now just to not confuse ourselves. Need to cut about 4 cards. Yeah, we could be a little weak to flyers. That's why I don't want to cut. Is it this one? No, it's the other one. Where'd it go? The Bowmaster here. 2 damage, dark creature with flying. I hope. Is that big enough to kill the flyers, or are there flyers that don't die to that? Because that's a concern also. I mean, if we cut all the elves, that would put us down to size. Drop the 2 visionaries, but it is nice to just kind of have those redraws. Bowmaster's really good. Okay. Sentinel Spider is flying blocking. That's always a good time. Problem with Bowmaster is that you need to kill 2 elves in a turn. There are plenty of flyers. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, maybe down. Yeah, maybe we cut the elf package since we aren't, like, heavily into elves. That's a human scout. That's a human druid. I'm thinking cut the elves. Get rid of that one. Get rid of this one. Get rid of a visionary. The format is slower, so a lot of 5 drops is fine. Cool. Lots of flying pirates at 2 toughness. See, that makes me nervous. Makes me nervous about what we're doing. 37. Oh, man, we could just cut the Selfish Visionary and call it a day, though. Be at 36 and ready to roll. Do I really want both Hans? Yeah, why not? If one goes down, we have a backup. He does draw cards. That is also a thing. Card advantage is good. Anything else in here that looks not great? All the ramp we definitely want. Do we cut 1 5-drop and keep the Elvish Visionary, or do we just try to go like 5-drop tribal on this? You know what? I might cut the Visionary. Unfortunate that I drafted 3 of them. Drafted 3 of them, cut them all. Cons, fun. Nice. Cut a Sentinel. Where's the Sentinels at? Cut the Sentinel Spider. Is that the one we're talking about? 4/4 Vigilance Reach is a good blocker, though. You can just like hit and block with it. That does good things for us, I think. Yeah, I think I'm just cut the Visionary. That is 36 cards. That could be a deck. 24 creatures. Actually worked out right about where I was aiming for, so. Your 2-mana slot is weak. No way you should drop the elves. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. But the problem is this is 60 cards, so like, I mean, it's only good if you catch it on turn 2, right? If you don't catch it on turn 2, then Is that RU or Rue? Says they were in the same draft. Huge fan. From Spain. Hey, what's up? Appreciate it. Hope your drafting went well. I'm going to believe in the heart of the cards. I think this is going to work. Our game probably isn't going to start until turn 3 unless we catch an elves. But we're just going to have to be okay with that. We're going to have to be okay with the fact that we might be a little bit slow early in the format. I mean, if everyone's saying that this format is slow, then not making a play on turn 2 should be okay. We can hope. We can hope. Looks like we're heavily green, only a little bit of red, so we'll want to get some forests in here. Where's the lands button? Add basic. Actually, let's get our command tower back in there. Get our command tower. Add some lands. It's recommending 15 and 6. I usually go a little bit off from what it recommends. That's 13 and 8. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, you say I don't want a handful of 5-drops, but maybe I do want a handful of 5-drops. I don't know. Like, I think this format, if this format is slow, I don't think playing an Elvish Mystic has that big of an impact unless you have, like, combos with the elves, which we cut from the deck, so. Oh, are we on 22 lands? We're only at 58. That's why. Okay. Add 2 more forests. Boop. Oh, right, partners. Partners. We should cut 2 more cards, is what we should do. Okay, now I'm going to cut a 5-drop. Entourage or Silverback? Cut anything but the spider? Here's a question. Do we want 2 invokers? Does anyone think we need 2 invokers? Cut 1 Silverback. Oh, it seems so good, though. 5/4 trample built in. See, I think I'd rather cut an Entourage. I don't know. Monarch is tricky. See, you want one of these, but you don't want a second one necessarily right away. Oh, yeah, that's a good thing to think about, too. Other people will also be playing Monarch cards, most likely. This has the built-in trample, too, and I like what built-in trample means. One to go. 2x invokers would not be bad. Yeah, but like it doesn't do anything until super late, and that's what has me worried. Like I don't want a hand full of like it's just a 4/3 until you have 8 extra mana that you can sink into it. So I want to see one of these. I don't think I want to see 2 of these in the game. One card. One card. What's that one do? That's ramp. It's ramp. All the ramp. I don't know. That's unconditional ramp. In a deck full of 5-drops, that's a hard sell. Maybe cut a Soulsfire? How much do we need Soulsfires? What is the actual power of our creatures? These are 5s. Those are 4s. I guess we have a lot of 5-drops. We're trying to cut one card, and after that, we are ready to roll. Maybe we cut the Ambush Viper, right? Ambush Viper is much worse than Soulsfire. Cutting an Ambush Viper. I like Ambush Viper, and I really want to get someone with it, but having Soulsfire is just better most of the time. Yeah, that's a good point. Kamal gives plus power, which, if Kamal's in play, would make Soulfire really good. We've got a deck. I think we've got a deck. Yeah, 58 plus 2 commanders, 24 lands. That's where I wanted to be with a crap ton of ramp. Oh, let's do it. Save deck. Play. I forget, do I have to press a button while I'm waiting for the game to load up here? Do I have to like hit accept or something? I can't remember. It's been that long since I drafted. Yep, there we go. Join match. Waiting for opponents to join. Boom. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick because I think this is going to be a long game. So I'll be right back. You guys hang tight. All right, I'm back. How's this opener look? We got 3 lands. Do we have ramp? We have a loot guy and 2 shamans. Seems playable. I'd prefer not to mulligan if I don't have to. We'll keep. Yeah, I think it's a fine keep. It's not like the best hand we could have, but we could certainly have a worse hand. So, this I'm putting a lot of faith in this guy to find us the things we need. If we caught a ramp spell off the top, I'd feel so much better about things. Safara says it's a meh hand, but you don't want to risk a 2-hour game with a worse hand. I agree. Hey, it's our 3rd silverback. Well, we found all the silverbacks. Drop a land and a pass. Yes, Rummaging Goblin does require us to discard as the cost. We'll figure it out. If we need to discard a gorilla, we can discard a gorilla. Yeah, who do we, let's take a look at what we're facing here. So, we are playing, oh god, come on, stay open. Alina and Kamal. Whose turn is it? Whew, almost got confused. For a moment, my heart stopped. I thought I almost had 6 my turn. Whoops. Anyway, taking a look at what our opponents are doing. There's a Scrounging Bandar for opponent. Sure. Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. The Cascade Commander. So it has Cascade. It says spells you cast with converted mana cost 6 or greater have Cascade. That seems pretty good. Well, there's a 7-drop. Definitely didn't want that. Feeling this mana curve. Can't wait to get this goblin into play. Next up, we are facing Iktekik Savage Splicer. Enters the battlefield, creates a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. When an artifact is put into the graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and each golem you control. That's cool. 3 visits for opponent. There's a card we didn't catch. And they are partnered with Esor, Wardwing Familiar. 1/3 flying, spells your opponent's cast that target 1 or more commanders you control, costs 3 more to cast. Yeah, that could be annoying. And finally, Kodama of the East Tree. Ew. Reach. Whenever another permanent enters battlefield under your control, if it wasn't put in with this ability, you may put a permanent card with equal or lesser mana cost from your hand onto the battlefield. That's kind of broken. Partnered with Radiant Sarah Archangel. Gonna make it hard to kill if that's in. Yeah, that's all a thing. That is all a thing. Opponent going on the attack. Swinging into the Cascade. Opponent seems like a fine plan to me. Not a lot of wipes in these colors, someone points out. There is one in white. There's the all but commanders wipe. So got to be careful of that. There's another land. Land number 4 is good. Play this forest. Play the Rummaging Goblin. In all likelihood, we'll probably give up on a gorilla. Although I'd really like the gorillas. The natural trample is a thing. But I think this guy being bigger and having Cascade. Ooh, and Reach. Yeah. So currently Silverback is the card that I will discard. Should that be a thing. First opponent is brave not to play partners. Yeah. I mean, maybe they built a really cool Cascade deck. We'll see. I mean, they ramp. They're on 4 mana. Color me jealous. Although maybe nothing to do with it. Maybe they drafted all the Annoyed Allosaurs. Kodama is stupid good? Yeah, I believe it. Someone posted a CEDH combo with it. Involves, oh god, what was it? Necropotence is involved. Something else. I forget what it was, but essentially you can necro for like as many as you can necro for and then drop them all in with Kodamas. Looks pretty disgusting. There was some red in there too, I think. Opponent gonna swing our way. Yep. Ordeal of Nylea on it. Coming in with the 2-4. Got nothing but that. Kodama, one-sided Eureka? Yeah. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh. Tech plus Bird sounds like a deck with a lot of flyers. Probably. Probably does have a lot of flyers. We'll want those reach creatures to stick. Also the White Angel. Yep. Pilgrim's Eye. What's preventing him from commander damaging us to death? Oh, nothing in this moment. We've got reach when we get to 7 mana. We could Natural Reclamation at some point to get rid of the thing that pumps it up and slow it down. We have Crushing Vines in the deck somewhere, which can deal with that. Two into the Simic player. There's a Soul's Fire. Not exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, let's ditch a Gorilla. Draw a card. It's a Findorn Elves. Excellent. Ramp. Ramp is good. Play the Forest. Play the Findorn Elves. And next turn, we're set up to get Alina, quite possibly. I like it. I don't know that it would come to this, but we could Soul's Fire something if we needed to, but we've only got 1/1, so. Leaving it up for the sake of practice, but it's probably not a thing that we're actually going to do this turn. No, Harambe! It's okay, we've got 2 backups. That's why we brought extras. Oh, it's not that it's a fight spell, it's that it only does 1 damage, so... You know, how many things with 1 toughness that actually need to be killed in this format? If there were like Dark Confidants, sure. Soul's Fire for 1. A Modi coming in, it's going to Cascade. Spin that wheel. See what they hit. Yeah, if your opponent's at 1 life, it's a win con. Ew, no, not Perilous Mirror. All our 1/1s. Gross. Nobody let that die, because... Need this Findorn Elves to stick. I guess Emoti does die to it. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Given not a heavy removal format, probably just not worth it though, unless like you can tell they're about to have that turn. We'll see. Especially all that mana, you could do better. Now if it was like a Ghost Flame or something. Ghost Fire, Ghost Flame. What's the 1 mana one with 1 damage one with flashback? Geist Flame, that's the one. There's the Wild Heart Invoker. Yep. Opponent's got a trigger. Moves counter over to the Pilgrim's Eye. It's a 2/2. This thing's now a 3/5, by the way. Kind of scary. Stuck on mana, though. That's good. That's good. Land off the top. He's spreading the damage. How kind. Yeah, that's nice of him. Oh man, this is a commander game with people I don't know. We could play so savagely with our draft cards. Is this the first draft game tonight? Yeah, this is my first draft game altogether with Commander Legends. We caught that land off the top just like I was hoping. That puts us on 6 mana. Just doing a little count. One more to get that guy. But I think that does put me on Alina right here. Alina coming in. 4/3 first strike. Good blocker for the ground. Deals with that. Seems to be kind of a flying game, though, which isn't the most ideal. Here's a question. We have some time on it, but do we activate the Goblin to loot again before a turn comes back? Not Boros, disappointed. I could have drafted a sweet Voltron deck. I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure like how the draft was going to go. We saw some green stuff, so I jumped on it. But I definitely could have gone Arden, 2 Open the Armories, and a bunch of very reasonable equipment. No, the Cascade. It's going to be Cascade Flying. Scry. Oh, that's the value. Natural Reclamation. Not going to hit anything of ours. That's good news. But Cascade Daisy Chain? Is that what we're seeing? Cascade, once again, they're going to target this Ordeal of Nylea. I can dig it. Am I looking for something specific with the Rummage? No. I mean, mostly I'm just trying to, like, keep hitting lands, I think is where we want to be. But it's kind of like, do you want to give up a Gorilla for a land? And I'm not sold on that yet. Vow Wilderness on the 4/3. That's bad news for us. 3/3 and Trample. Now it's huge. It's not ideal. OG Kamal is cheaper, but if you have this thing in play, that's a free overrun. So the second you untap with it, like with original Kamal, you have to spend a bunch of mana to do all that. This is just like, oh, well, I cast it for 8, and then next turn I untap with it. If you have, who is it? Who's the green one that gives them all flash? Yeva. You're just like, oh, I'll just flash this down at the end step. Cool. Overrun all your stuff. Good game. I think it will be very strong. I don't know that it's going to be used everywhere because of its mana cost, but free overrun every turn is pretty scary. Pretty scary. Oh, God. What did I just do? Where are we? Nope, someone else's turn. Sorry, I keep looking at chat and I keep forgetting what turn it's in and I keep panicking. Don't mind me. Kamal with Mirag? Yeah. Yeah, this is a combat trigger too, so extra combats make it awesome. Opponent brought a backup Ordeal of Nylea. Sure. Yeah, this is a flying heavy kind of game right now. We're going to need all the reach. Oh, yeah, opponent got the third counter on there, and now they're getting the lands. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Is equal to power, right? Greatest power among creatures. That makes this guy mana neutral. That's exciting. So if we went 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 4, 5. We need another land off the top, I think. What is this? Hamza, Guardian of Erishin. Costs 1 less for each creature you control with plus counter. Creatures with plus counters cost 1 less to control. Creatures you cast cost... Oh, it's creature cost reduction? That seems good. Yeah, I mean, we can soul fire at any time. That is the thing that we can do. So if we can just, get big things in board and then just soul fire people to death. I'm not going to loot. Probably should, but don't want to give up on the gorillas. I kind of wish we had something else more worth getting rid of. Gift of Paradise. Interesting. I'm not going to be able to do exactly what I wanted to do. I guess we could go like Gorilla and Gift, and that seems totally legit. We have 6 total mana. Yeah, that seems fine. So play a Gorilla. All right, we can tap this for a bunch of mana, which we should probably do. Oh, maybe we need to destroy that vow. Should we destroy that vow? Yeah, commander's 8. We don't have enough for our other commander right now. Because if we just right now they're like, well, I guess they didn't attack us this turn. I guess they don't have to attack with it. That's fair. We'll wait. We'll wait. Tap this for some mana. That gives us 5. Don't want to anger the burb. Yeah, that's a fair plan. That is a fair plan. We'll get the Gift of Paradise into play. Put it on this forest. 3 red mana floating. Nothing we can really do with it at this point. We'll gain some life. And we'll pass like that. Oh, you don't even need to do the flash thing with Kamal. That's at the beginning of your combat. I thought it was at the beginning of your upkeep. Yeah, no, you just cast this and then get a free overrun, right? And then if they didn't die, and if they don't kill Kamal before your next turn, you get another overrun. That's insane. Yeah, a lot of flyers on this board. Don't love it. Don't love it. Gift of Paradise is +1 ramp. That is correct. You tap the land, it adds 2 mana of any one color. Hear me out on this. Overgrowth in mono white. How sweet would that be? Rograk plus Akiri on the channel at some point. I probably wouldn't go Rograk and Akiri. I'd probably go either of those two, and then something like Arden, Jeska, or Kedis. Like kind of one of the support ones after it. So like one to hit and then one to support it. Instead of like, because both of those just, Akiri and Rograk just kind of attack, right? That's all they do. You know what actually sounds kind of fun? Is Akiri and Tago, who's the rock? Is that the one, the rock guy's name? Yeah, Akiri Tago. Grab all the Death Touch equipments and swing away with Akiri and just ping down everything in the way. That has me excited. White Overgrowth, say it again. Just want to hear the words. White Overgrowth. It's kind of based on a point that like the Command Zone said, I think sometime this year, last year, I don't remember, that like green has all of the ramp in every form. Why can't like white at least have like the aura based ramp, similar to like Gift of Paradise? Even like Weirding would be cool in white. Please. Does Jesco replace Bruce? It might. Gonna have to test it. They're different though, because like Bruce gives you lifelink, and that lifelink can matter. Bruce opens up the question of, do you run Aetherflux Reservoir? Aetherflux Reservoir, if you're above 50 life, is like a fantastic counterspell. You want You want Wistic Study? Yeah, the white Wistic Study. There's a Core Cartographer, a card that seems a little bit undervalued when we were looking at that draft picks. These were going around late. This is a very legit piece of ramp. Unicorn. Lifelink at the beginning of each end step. If you gain life this turn, distribute that many +1. Oh, that's bad. That's not good. That might be a Soul's Fire target. What do you guys think? Shoot the Unicorn, because do they have lifelink yet? This has lifelink itself. Careful of that. They have no other lifelink. But that makes me nervous. Because things will just get huge and we won't be able to deal with them. That's a Volcanic Torrent. That's a one-sided board wipe if we can cast enough spells. We've got Alina in play. We could reasonably cast 2 spells. It'll cascade. We probably still need to ramp a little bit more. Do we have the mana for Kamal this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do not. We do not. Kamal is off the table, but we can play an Annoyed Altasaur. We could hope that neither of those are counter spells, because that would be bad. Although, I guess we still get the Cascade, even if we do. The other thing we could do is... The Gorilla is once again mana neutral. Yeah, I think we probably want to get to about X4. That's X4. Well, that's X6. Ugh. We're probably not casting 6 spells in a turn. What does X2 and 3 get us? X2 and 3 would kill that, this, and this. Oh. Yeah, what do you guys think? Volcanic Torrent? We could go like Volcanic Torrent X3. And that gets rid of this Unicorn that I want no part of. Cleans out a lot of other things that are just kind of annoying and sitting there. This player will be pretty far ahead. See you, Banana. Altasaur into Cascade into red is 4 spells, is it? Yeah, that is 4 spells. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Altasaur. And we'll have a mana to spare. Did I miss one? Did I miscount? 7, right? This makes 2. Oh, I tapped that wrong. Ha! There we go. Figured it out. Boom! Altasaur. Cascade. Burning Anger, you say? I guess we put a Burning Anger on our Gorilla? Cast that. Yeah, put it on our Gorilla. Oh yeah, now we're going to be able to do a lot of stuff. Oh, this is going to be good. I am feeling this. Here we go. Cascade, baby. Spin that wheel. Angry Monkey. Let's tap this for some mana. Get 6 red mana. Play this Volcanic Torrent. I do think this may show up in like some Storm decks as a finisher, because it can be a finisher, but it can also be removal in the meantime. Not that I know a lot about Storm decks, but it just looks like a really powerful card. Into a Tuya Bearclaw? Sure, yeah, let's take a Bearclaw. Come on, no counterspell. No counterspell. Got there. Perilous Mirror, probably going to get us. Probably going to get us right here. Oh no, gonna shoot our Bearclaw guy. No, Bearclaw down. Anything about that? No, I don't think we can do anything about it. How much damage does it have on it? That has 4 damage on it? That might be worse. The Flyer's also a pain. What do you guys think? Shoot the Flyer, leave the ground creature. The ground creature's a little easier to block, but does have trample, will be a pain. I'm thinking shoot the flyer just because like we're still not set up super great. 4-6 is yeah. You want to what? Yeah, I think I'm on shoot the flyer. Shoot the flyer. Always shoot the flyer, right? Alta Sword does have reach. 4-6, 6-5. You know they seem to be doing the +1 counter thing. It seems like they could probably pump it up somewhat easily. I think we passed like that. That was a pretty good turn. And now, if our board state holds up, we'll see if it does. I don't know if it will. But if it does, we might try to loot for a land, because if we get to Kamal next turn, that's glad we didn't attack into that Ambush Viper. But anyway, yeah, if we get the mana and get Kamal into play, potentially we could just go on some big attacks, and that would be cool. That would be cool. My commander skills are paying off. I hope so. I hope that wasn't it. Like, that was most of our gas right there. Like, we have a couple things left, but that was definitely the big play. And if our opponents just rebuild right after it, then it could be a problem for us. Emoti into Farhaven Elf. That's ramp. Not super impactful right now, but type of thing that sets them up. If this game goes 8 more turns, then, Uh-oh. Opponent's going to draw 4 cards. This card too. Okay, that's fine. Cascade and Monarch in this format was genius. Yeah, so far it's feeling pretty good. It's feeling like a lot of fun. Gavin said it was fun. It feels like fun. Opponent really thinking here. Thoughts about Gavin? I met Gavin in January. Super cool. He was really nice. He played my Sir Gwyn deck for a round and completely destroyed the table with it. I've got a picture of it somewhere. Turns out Gavin's a pretty good Magic player. I think, based on talk, here's the experience I've had with like most people. If you ask me about like most prominent figures in the Magic community, whether it be Gavin, whether it be like someone on the rules committee, generally speaking, they are aware of whatever problems or whatever thing that like people are complaining about at that time. The problem is that just like as a company, they're not able to always like do things about it super quickly and, just give us everything we want instantly. But like as individuals, I always feel like a lot better about things. Like if I'm like, oh man, White's in a bad place right now, or some new mechanic is whatever, with Jeweled Lotus, right? So everyone was really bent out of shape about Jeweled Lotus, and like, sure. But the second you talk to someone like individually, when they're not in like a I'm posting, this post for the world to see type of thing, like the rules committee's official post on the card, not that, I always feel a lot more comfortable. Like, yeah, they understand, they get it, right? It's, a lot of times I think there's just a lot of stuff that's like over their head, out of their hands, that they really can't do anything about. I am told, someone can confirm this if if they this is a story that I've heard. I haven't fact checked this. If someone else wants to fact check it, that's cool. That Josh Lacroix, I know they did external testing for this product, and Josh Lacroix, I think Jimmy, Kyle Hill and a few other people all did some testing on the product. And as the story goes, Josh LaQuai said, do not print Jeweled Lotus. And they printed Jeweled Lotus, which is like, that's the life of a QA. The life of a QA is you report a problem, everyone ignores you. That was my job for about 3 years. And so I feel that pain, but at an individual level, everyone knows what's going on. It's just kind of like the corporate stuff and the, well, we have the information, but we're just going to do it anyway and choose not to use that information that's the stuff that I think makes a lot of people get chafed. Can confirm it was on a recent episode of their podcast. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind on the podcast. I'm sure I'm not going to like this. Run away together, choose two creatures, different players, return them. We're going to lose our kill spell thing. Was hoping to shoot the Ambush Viper, because Ambush Viper is scary to us. Not ideal. What reprints do I recommend picking up most from Commander Legends? Oh, that would require me to know what reprints are in the set. Austere Command is in the set. I think Blasphemous Act is Blasphemous Act in this set? I think Blasphemous Act is cheap now. Buy those two cards. They're both really cheap right now. What else? I don't know. I'd have to look. Oh, yeah. Scroll Rack. Get Scroll Rack. Mana Drain, Vampire Tutor. Get all those. Those are all good stuff. I'm sure there's some people with like some finance articles about there about what to get. Are they cheap online? Yeah, they're not terribly expensive to begin with online, as far as I know. I bought them all a long time ago, so I guess I haven't looked recently. But anyway, there's a Haunted Cloak. Haunted Cloak is interesting. First Strike and Trample is kind of a thing. That seems kind of cool. Maybe we go like Silver Black Haunted Cloak. Oh, damn it, I did it again. Do this. Do that. It is mana neutral, or we could just cast a second Gorilla. No, we don't have the green for it. Never mind. We could have had the green for it if I tapped differently, but I guess it's fine. Tap this, make some mana. What does this give it? This gives it Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Okay. Those are good abilities. Put this... Yeah, put this right there. And let's get these life totals moving. I wouldn't be sad to turn this into another card, so I'm going to see if they want to trade the Ambush Viper. I don't know if they will. And we'll send this one right there. Yeah, I feel good about that. Let's do it. Great seeing game nights get destroyed by not good enough Austere Command. Don't spoil it. I'm only halfway into that episode. I've been meaning to watch the rest of it. Rachel's been on my channel a couple times, and Rachel is super cool. So I'll have to have her back at some point. She's probably going to get a lot of requests from people now, because I'm sure she's going to get a little bump from the command zone. But opponent does block. Good. We're going to get that Ambush Viper out of the way. We will draw a card. Wouldn't mind a land, but something big could be cool too. Oh, there's the Monarch Eye. So Monarch Eye next turn, I think. And I guess we put this here. Put it on the dinosaur. Pass like that. Austere Command is still an incredibly good card, and I definitely got frustrated when it made whatever. Was it on the most recent overrated cards you should stop playing, or whatever it was called? Based on the way that Jimmy and Josh talk about Commander, I feel like no one's ever resolved an Hour of Revelation against them. If you play that card against them, I feel like their decks are going to fall apart unless they're playing green. Mana Reflection is a bad card. Mana Reflection is insane. What was the price tag on that card? Like $70 or something? Did it get reprinted anywhere? Is it still that expensive? I don't know. Yeah, the flexibility of Austere Command is ridiculous. Like, I have a good Austere Command story. I don't know if I've told this one before, but I took a break from playing Paper Commander for a while. This was between like, let's see, I moved to Texas in 2012, so I stopped when I left New York. I didn't play Paper Commander again until probably about 2015, so like maybe two and a half year kind of break. And that's a Haunted Cloak for opponent. I was playing one of my decks. I don't remember which one. Probably Aurelia, maybe something else. And it was getting to that moment in the game. It was turn 7, turn 8, turn 9, maybe later than that. I don't know. It was 5 years ago. And, it was just that moment of like, there's some stuff on board. A little nervous. Drew an Austere Command off the top. I'm like, oh, I forgot Austere Command was in this deck. And hadn't played Austere Command in a long time. I played it, and I'm like, oh, that was incredible. This feels great. And since then, Austere Command, every white deck. Opponent coming at us with their 7/6 hasty trample vigilance guy. Yep. We're at 41. Now we're at 34. It got a reprint in Double Masters. That probably helps the price a lot. Yeah, there were a lot of really good cards in Double Masters, and it is hard to keep track of all of them. On top of the fact that there's a lot of good cards in Commander Legends. And, like, there's just been a lot of cards this year, like Ikoria, the Ikoria Commander set. Oh, +1/+1 counters, eh? Yeah, I think we need to start getting bigger. We want to start getting bigger. But yeah, just a lot of cards this year. It's been tough to keep up with everything. Because normally you can kind of, like, segment a little bit and be like, oh, that's a standard set. I don't need to worry about a ton of cards from this set. There's, like, usually a couple Commander playables and then kind of ignore the rest, and not really able to do that this game. Court of Grace, opponent will become the Monarch. We can't attack them anymore, right? Creatures that player controls can't attack you. We can steal the Monarch, though, just by playing this. So we'll probably do that. This also makes flyers, which is like not the most ideal. Potentially a natural reclamation target, but, we'll play this cool for now. Yeah, the Year of Commander has been quite overwhelming as a content creator. I look at this stuff every day. I feel bad for people that, like, if you're just a normal Commander player, like you play, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever it is, like, if your investment level is like casual to mid, it is even more difficult to stay on top of all the stuff that's happening. From New York to Texas, caught some hell from the locals. No, it's not that bad. Austin is pretty liberal, pretty young, all that sort of stuff. Now, if you like step outside of Austin, sure. Teaching your playgroup about tragic arrogance is great. Underrated board wipe. Yeah, it's an interesting card. Oh no! Crushing Vines on our Haunted Cloak. That makes me sad. Haunted Cloak down. Foul Wilderness. It'd be funny to put 2 on there. I'm not going to do it, but it would be funny. We haven't seen a land in a while. We definitely want to become the Monarch. That's definitely a thing that we want to do. Play the Entourage. Any love for Torchy's Tacos? So much love for Torchy's Tacos. I wish I had Torchy's Tacos right now. There's one about 5 minutes down the street from me. It is wonderful. EDTBs, we become the Monarch. Oh, they got a 6/5 over there. If they blocked with all of them, they could trade with that. Don't love it. Don't love it. We're 1 mana short of Souls firing something. Yeah, it'd be nice to, Oh, crap, did I miss tap again? Yeah, we totally could have cast a Gorilla right there. Wrecked. I was leaving the red up for Souls Fire, but that didn't pan out. Whoops. Should we shoot this court? Is this too many flyers? That seems scary. But then again, so is the cloak. I want to make a play. I think we need to do something here. So I'm going to Natural Reclamation the Court of Grace. I want to get the Cascade. Really, I want the Cascade more than anything. Otherwise, I'd probably try to hold this removal a little bit, but I just feel like we need to be a little bit more proactive than just casting the 4/4 right here, I think. Crushing Vines. Hey, how about that? Well, if we don't get to have a Haunted Cloak, I don't think opponent does either. Shoot there, Haunted Cloak. I feel pretty good about that, honestly. We played 1 removal spell and got 2. We're going to keep this battle ground-based, which is, 2 our strength. All right, I feel good about that. Are we attacking? That's a 9/8. Don't really want to get hit with 9. Oh, we are the Monarch, too. I think we play it cool this turn. Yeah, they could trade. They could trade. And we can't attack them, so yeah, we're hanging back. Come on, land. I want to cast our commander. How far into this game are we, is the question. Uh-oh. +1/+1 counter target creature. If it's legendary, then fights a creature. They fight our guy. We still draw at the end step. They lose their commander. Yeah, I guess they just recast their commander and Cascade again. Seems good. We draw Ordeal of Nylea. Would have been nice to see that early in the game. Jay Garrett says, "Hey PJ, you are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it." How far into this game are we actually? The stream started 107 minutes ago. That I can see. But we definitely spent probably at least 30 minutes drafting. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd say probably around 30 or 45 minutes into this. What thoughts do I have so far? So far, it's been a lot of fun. I'm feeling the card draw to be a little bit of an issue, just in the sense of everyone's talked about this format being slow, and it feels like it's getting slow right now. We're all kind of just we're kind of doing stuff that doesn't matter that much. I want to be pushing damage across and ending this game because my normal commander clock is just that, hey, it's turn 9. We should be trying to wrap this up about now. And we don't seem to be terribly close to doing that. Opponent's going to swing at us with the 9/8. Yep. If they take the Monarch, we can just take it back from them. So we take the hit. Gonna lose some life. Don't love it, but think it makes sense. What do you guys think? Should we loot this Ordeal of Nylea? 2 more lands. It's going to take a little while. Oh, no. You know what we can do? This could be the lands that we badly need. So if we put this on that, then that'll sacrifice and get us the lands. There we go. How did having a spoiler card feel? It felt really good, actually. So I made a comment on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. Twitter.com/Commander Replay. I made a comment on Twitter maybe about 2 months ago. It actually wasn't that long ago, 2 to 3 months. And someone said that they were really feeling like kind of left out from the cool community, the cool kids table in Magic. And I'm like, yeah, me too. I've produced 600 videos and haven't gotten so much as a spoiler card. And then, a month, maybe not even 2 months later, I got an email like, hey, would you like a spoiler card? I'm like, yes, I would. Yes, I would. And I was actually surprised that they gave me so many, because I was expecting just like one card, and they gave me, I think, 5 different cards, each 4 of them with like 2 versions of cards, I think. So, that was all really exciting. It was pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen the spoiler card video, it was literally the most ridiculous thing I could think of. You should go check that out. Brother says you deserve it. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's the spider do? Hopefully not terrible things. 3 counters on any number of target creatures that enter the battlefield this turn. Well, they've got a 6/7 that made some treasures. They've got a 3/6 with Flash, Cascade, and Reach. There's some abilities. Only one of those matters off the stack. That's still big. And that's a big flyer. Okay. More counters? Yeah, let's keep getting bigger. I think I just want to keep getting bigger. Everyone else is getting big. We got to get big. Get swole. No skipping leg day. What were my spoiler cards? Swiftfoot Boots, Akiri Lineslinger. Oh god. For the other 2, they're gonna come to me. 3. There's 3. Filigree Familiar, Thought Vessel. There's 1 more. Oh, there's the Kodama. Yeah, Kodama's good. I'm forgetting 1 card. Someone will think of it. Boros Charm, that's the one. Where are we? We drew land. Oh my god, we drew that land. Here we are. Oh god, what do we do? What do we do? Don't mess it up. Everyone be cool. What's our second commander? Our second commander is Kamal, who I'm now thinking about because we should have 8 mana. Yeah, everyone's tapped out. Let's cast a Kamal. Start getting our free overruns. Call this video Free Overruns with a Z. Go to combat? Well, we're not going to Souls Fire anyone for 30. So I guess that's not happening, but we'll take our free overrun right here. Opponent's got the Monarch. I would like to be the Monarch again. I don't necessarily want the crackback of being the Monarch. Is 13-12 even big enough? This is First Strike and Trample. Are we attacking with that? Kills that. If we killed that, then they could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back to it. Oh, yeah, we have a safe attack over there, although Perilous Mirror is an issue. Perilous Mirror. Yeah, you guys, someone scoffed at the Perilous Mirror. Perilous Mirror is kind of ridiculous. Oh man, we took the counter, so we can't attack them. We could try attacking into that, but that's still kind of a mess. They have just a lot of power and toughness. I guess we're passing. I feel like no one has removal because I think we would have seen it if they did. I mean, not that they won't run into it at some point, but are there literally no safe attacks? There are literally no safe attacks. Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, what we could do, we could attack, and if we need to, if they want to trade everything into this Anointed Outsoar, we could use the Soul's Fire to... I don't know if that's worth it. Because that's like not... There's still just a lot that needs to happen after that. Free overruns, we're staying put. Feels rough. Feels rough. Yeah, this is a very stalemate-y kind of format. At what point can I take a food break in the game and not waste too much time on the timer? That's a great question. I got a text that my dinner is ready downstairs, but we are still live, so dinner will have to wait. We got to win this game. Gift of Paradise for opponent. I should probably get better with the make sure we stay on top of the F6ing and all that too. I think the timer is going to matter. Yeah, I burned way more time off the clock than everyone else has. Try to get better about the F6. What do we got? We got a spider. What's it destroy? Target creature with flying. We don't have any of those. That is a commander that's about to go down for opponent, though. Yeah. That spider seems like a really good draft pick. It seems like there's quite a bit of flying in this format. Good flying. And, yeah. Tomer almost timed out. How did his stream end? Did he win? Did someone else win? I caught, like I said, I caught a little at the beginning, a little like towards the end. I think he had like 3 minutes left on his clock, and I started doing something else and didn't see the ending. What's at the table? So we are playing Alina and Kamal, and we built a big ramp gruel kind of deck, just lots of 5, 6, and 7 drops. Mostly 5, but a couple at 6 and 7. We are facing Emoti, the Cascade deck. We are facing this Simic deck. It's Essior and Ictec. Mostly just looks like it's been kind of Simic draft good stuff. And then Radiant and Kodama. They've been stuck on lands a little bit. They finally just hit their 6th land, so they just cast Kodama. I'm sure we're going to find out how ridiculous Kodama is here in a minute. Kevin says he's used to me having board wipes. Yeah, usually. I played one. Where to go? This Volcanic Torrent was pretty cool. We played this thing, cascaded it, and then played this thing, which cascades itself. So we got X4 on the Volcanic Torrent, and that cleaned out a lot of stuff from the board. But the format's still so slow. There's just like people rebuilt, and like we couldn't just push across damage at that point. So you know what this feels like? This feels like old Commander, like Commander like 9 years ago, where it was hard. It was hard to push across table lethal. So much green. Is that a seeming pattern for this set? There does seem to be a good amount of green stuff in there. Like Ramp is good, right? Ramp is just good in Commander. You're not winning the game, I don't think, with like 1, 2, and 3 drops in this format from what I've seen. So you need to go bigger. When you need to go bigger, green is your friend. But a lot of it probably also just depends on what people got past and stuff. So, you know. Oop, that's a Sakashima. They aren't running that in the command zone? What? I would totally be running that in the command zone. Someone says, is it Pirates has worked really well for them in draft? Is it Pirates can kill quickly? Yeah, there's a lot of flying and stuff in that deck, isn't there? Yeah, 1 versus 1 and free for all are two. That's probably like the biggest difference of any, like, if you want to compare any format, is the difference between 1v1 and multiplayer. Because multiplayer, like, you can do everything right, and if three opponents just gang up on you and just decide to shoot all your stuff, there isn't a lot you can do about that. So, where in 1 versus 1, you can, like, make all of your decisions that are, like, technically correct, and not saying you'll win every game, but you'll win a much higher percentage of the time if you're doing that. And you can't just, like, have that randomness of, like, everyone's going to fire a Swords Path and Generous Gift at you and blow up all your stuff, you know. Is the battle cruisery feel better or worse at the moment? I have conflicted feelings. You know, a lot of people on Twitter have talked about, like, that old Commander feeling. Been seeing people posting about that, and, like, there are people, nostalgia is a thing, right? People tend to remember stuff with rose-colored glasses. You know, I played Commander. I started in late 2011. I think I started Commander. I played back then. Sure, there was a lot of cool stuff to do. Everything was, like, new and exciting back then, and that's all fine and great and wonderful. There were still problems back then. There were still things. There were still issues in the format. Like I said, back then, it was hard to push across damage. Like, it wasn't, you look at board states like this, you're like, how do you deal with this? I don't know. Is someone generating value? You know, this, that, and the other thing. Now, and the thing that I do like is that you can build any deck to be powerful. Like, right, the cards in a deck can just be powerful now. So even if you built, like, one of the original Legends vanilla commanders, like the 7-mana vanilla commanders, you could still build a really powerful deck out of that because there's just powerful things to do. It does nice things. It shortens up the game. Like, there is definitely a point where I just, like, get ADD, and for me, it's about 90 minutes. After about 90 minutes at the shop, I'm good. I just don't need any more Commander out of this one particular game. I'm ready to move on to the next game and start something new. Especially when, like, turns get really long. I don't like when your opponent's turns take forever. I don't love that. How badly do we need a Farhaven Elf? How do we need to ramp? Like, what are we doing? Farhaven Elf, you know what? Farhaven Elf is a creature that gets bigger, and that seems like a thing. Opponents are still in the 30s. Like, at the rate we're going, we're just going to keep pumping this thing up enough to Soulsfire someone out of the game, and maybe we can push something across. Is there even safe attacks everywhere? There's so many creatures on board right now, and they're all giant. Any sort of double block is an issue. Ah. This turns into 2 lands, though? Yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing. What's this do again? Until end of turn, target land you control becomes a 1/1 elemental with vigilance, indestructible, and haste. Indestructible is cool. Oh, man. Should we loot this Ordeal of Nylea? What do you guys think? While that's happening, I'm going to cast this Farhaven Elf. Actually, no, let's cast the Gorilla. Start with the Gorilla like a pro. We got that. Tap Alina. Get some mana. Cast this Farhaven Elf. Use the ability. Yeah, not a lot of red in the deck. I think we've got all the red mana we need. We'll just get another green. I'm gonna loot the ordeal. I just don't think we need it that much. Like, it's an early game kind of thing, and just not feeling it in this moment. It's a land, you know. Play land. Anything else? We could put a vow on something. I don't know that anyone's like really ready to attack with anything yet. If I saw a creature that's like itching to attack, then maybe, but everything's so defensive. Yeah, maybe this format is all about this Wild Heart Invoker. You just trample it over stuff. We kind of need to get the Monarch back, honestly. So much meat over there, though. Ugh. I guess we pass like that. I just don't think there's anything that makes sense for us at this moment. Maybe next turn we like try to slam a gorilla into something just to draw more, although the gorilla is like a lot of the size in our deck. Maybe we didn't go big enough. I don't know. That's got 15. It's got 14 toughness. That can definitely attack something. Can't attack here, though. God, that's so much power and toughness. That's a problem, actually. There's some problems over there. Yeah, I think we could attack this way, and then we're kind of just wide open. I think I'm passing. Ugh. But we spent 4 minutes on that turn. Just thinking a lot. That Soul's Fire will be in our hand until a creature we control is big enough to kill an opponent. Probably this opponent. We seem the least well suited to what they're doing in this moment. Attack Monarch if they block. It's like that doesn't do. Like, we're gonna lose our big thing, and this board is really big, so that has me worried. Right? Like, this is kind of keeping us safe because it itself can kill most things that would attack us. Actually, I think it can kill everything on board. So, except maybe a pumped Invoker. So that's kind of our piece. If that goes down, then we're wide open to attacks. Not if we Soulfire the blocker. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if it gets a little bigger. I don't know. I just... It was 15 power last turn. We're almost halfway there. See, if it were 1 versus 1, I would do that. And that's like what I was talking about. The difference between 1 versus 1 and multiplayer. Like, if we spend all that energy and effort on one player, then the other 2 players just kill us because we're kind of out of gas at that point. Yeah, I get that it can blow out a multi-block, but there's so much stuff, right? Like, could use them. Yeah, could definitely use a mob rule. Mob rule will be game winning on this board. I'll take all the big stuff, thank you very much. You know, I spent so long working on my Aurelia deck that like, figuring out all these ways to beat all these like really strong decks, and it's like, I think I just needed to put a mob rule in it, right? You get later in a game, you just go mob rule Aurelia, you all die now. Pretty easy play to make. Yeah, the problem with the vow is that it doesn't force them to attack. I wish it'd go to them. If it did, then at least we could like force some action somewhere. Oh, that's going to make life terrible too. Counter target spell or ability that targets you or a permanent or a creature you control. Yeah. They're not going to get soul fired. Yeah, I thought about putting Vow on our big guy too, but like everything else is so big, it just doesn't matter that much. There's multiple big things for everyone, so it's just... Yeah. Go big or go home. We need to get bigger than that. We probably need our other one of these. But we have the deck list up? I have no idea what the deck list is. You know, like now I'm having this question of like, what can we even draw into? Are we really just on like Soulfire someone to death. Opponent of reachers. Yeah, that one's got reach. Even flyers don't get through. Yeah. Blasphemous Act, if you got it. We do not have a Blasphemous Act. Volcanic Torrent was our good piece of removal, followed by Burning Anger was our second good piece of removal. Both of those are gone. I guess we wait. We just wait for Soulfires to get to 30. Hope that one player attacks one player, kills them, and then that, you know, the other player attacks the other player, and we Soulfire that player then. Make 5 lands indestructible and attack someone? Maybe. Might be getting to that point. Cost 2. They'll become 4/4 indestructibles. Does that even matter? Keep pumping it up. Yeah, I mean, if we send a bunch of indestructible lands, that might be our next play, actually. Then, like, if we sent a bunch of things this way, I'd actually be perfectly happy if they just block a little bit and, like, lose some stuff. Inspiring Roar. That's a cool picture of a Johnny. I like that. +1 counter on each creature you control. They all bigger. There's Radiant. Tap another untapped creature you control with flying. Radiant gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Pretty good. Kodama trigger. Didn't look like they brought anything in. So they're probably holding a bunch of spells in hand, I'm guessing. OG Kamal gives our board +6/+6 at this point. Just saying. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who envisioned this board state? I didn't. In normal Commander, I do think that probably not going to survive very long with this Kamal in play. Oh, we can make blockers with this thing, too. Nothing for our opponents. It's a land. Play... Do we loot a land? I don't know if it's like... Lands are good for Kamal. Yeah, just play the land. Yeah, I don't think we're doing anything past like that. Try to be more diligent about the clock. Kamal trigger. Yeah, I'm just not feeling the land attack. Also, I've already F6'd. Maybe land attack? I don't know. $17 power. Slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. I'm just not feeling it, because we can also leave up blockers with the lands, and that might be important. Surik, all ingesting. Enters battlefield, 5 counters on it. When another creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, put a counter on each creature you control. Okay. I'm kind of looking for an opponent to blink, right? I'm looking for someone else to do something first and look for an opening. Right now, there's not an opening. There's 3 boards full of creatures that are just untapped and ready to pounce. So, like, you know, yeah, sure, we could send a couple lands somewhere, but, like, what does it actually get done? Remember that creature camp block card we talked about? Like, if we could eliminate that guy, would actually be pretty good. There's a Nev's disc. How bad is this going to go? Probably pretty bad. We'll draw a card off that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're on 9 mana currently. We need to catch another land to be able to recast Kamal. That'd be the blink that I talked about. So, yeah, maybe... Oh, wait, no. They're just the lands become indestructible. Oh, I guess they have Vigilance, too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know I'd lose the enchantment, too. Actually, does this one hit enchantments? Artifacts, creatures, enchantments, yeah. Planeswalkers, that's what it misses. A clear board would not be the worst thing, honestly. Because on a clear board, I think Kamal just kind of wins, right? The problem is I don't think if opponent doesn't really have that much incentive to use the disc. Flood of Recollection. Return target instant or sorcery. What are they getting? Prying Eyes. Ooh, that's card draw. And card draw is good. Yeah, he does not have a reason to crack it. So maybe now we try to force it with the lands. We'll probably give up a turn trying to do that, though. It's not ideal. Maybe this opponent will step up and try to send a big attack over their way and make some things happen. Yeah, disc opponent is ahead. They've got big stuff and they can just like threaten this. But this green-white opponent has 4 cards and I don't think any of them are permanents. So they might have removal in hand for the disc. But again, I think I kind of want the disc to happen. I think we're like favored to win the disc interaction. 0 cards, 4 cards isn't great. 4 cards is not great, but we have more land than them. See if opponent wants to do something. Make him crack it? I'm going to try. I don't know if we can honestly hit him hard enough to make him use it. We can certainly try, but... So earlier when we were talking about... Well, there's our command tower. Play command tower. We lands and swing? Problem is, if we go lands and swing, they crack back, and that probably doesn't feel good. They have 1 big blocker, 2 big blockers, 3 big blockers. They have 3 big blockers. We need to send at least 4 lands for it to really matter. Feels like the other players would kill us? Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That is what I'm worried about. Is the vow still... Yeah, the vow is helpful if the board gets wiped. Not worth attack? Yeah, I agree. Pass. Problem is there's 4 green decks. They're all playing big creatures. Yeah, that too. It's too late. I've already missed the chance to send the lands. Pass like that. Yeah, Radiant has a means into them. The problem is that the disc will untap before Radiant gets an attack. Reach and Flyers, not that. one reach right here. That's a 2/5. They've got no that one reach right here. It's a 9/12. That's tough to get through. A flyer right here. It's a 1/1. Just two. Just two. Opponent sending it. Gonna get a counter on it. They blinked. Oh, they're gonna give it +5/+5. Yeah. Maybe Invoker. Maybe Invoker is the key to this format. This is what I've been wanting to happen. So now that their big blocker's gone, they're liable to probably take a big attack from here. If they move a couple creatures, then we can actually think about attacking in, potentially getting them to crack the disc and all that sort of stuff. So this is what we want to happen. Bunch of things going off. Yeah, it's a 17/16 trample. What effect is this? Opponent sacrifice an artifact to something? Oh, treasures probably. Don't think the attack changes anything. It changes how this player will perceive this player because their big blocker's gone. So they might attempt an attack over here now, which will kind of get things moving a little bit. Prying Eyes, yeah, opponent drawing those cards. Blocks? Blocks with a 2/2. Ooh, it's the Encore 2/2. Yeah, Encore is good. Haven't seen the last of it. What up, Jason? Yeah, we drafted Gruul. We made a big play earlier in the game with this Volcanic Torrent, cleaned out a bunch of stuff, and then everyone just rebuilt, and it's been a stalemate since, like, turn 7. It's now turn 13. Opponent gonna double block? Triple block. Yeah, opponent cleaning out some stuff over there, so yeah, now this should open some things up. Not a ton, but at least a little bit more than they have been. Yeah, from what everyone's been saying, this is just a stalemate heavy format, and I'm totally feeling that right now. Says no one's life total has changed in 20 plus minutes. I think you're right. Like, I think we've just passed for 4. I think everyone's just passed for like 4 straight turns. And so anyway, what I was going to say is what I was talking about earlier with Old Commander is that like you get into situations like this where you feel like you're not affecting the board anymore. And you're just like, I'm kind of stuck. Where like now, because everything's powerful, like generally, unless you run out of cards, but if you have cards left, you feel like you can always impact the board. And maybe you can't win, but you can like, well, I can shoot that thing and like they might not win now because I can shoot that thing on the way out. So, you know, there's that feeling of just being able to like continuously impact the board. And yeah, Old Commander could get like this sometimes because, you know, yeah, a lot of removal existed back then, but, you know, people weren't playing removal to, or they weren't playing Commander to necessarily run like 15 pieces of removal, so it just didn't get run as much. What just happened? +1 counter on a creature. If it's legendary, then fights target creature an opponent controls. What did they fight? I missed it. And the Golem token. Oh, okay, nice. Opponent fought the Golem token. So Golem down. Do I plan on making new Akroma with Kamal go wide? No, I'm planning Akroma Sakashima so I can have dual Akromas. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Probably be like a blue-white Flyers build. Get a little flying and double strike in those things and just make a huge team of flying double strikers. Yeah, no, we probably should have politicked them and just said, hey, arch enemy, let's get rid of the Simic player because the Simic player doing Simic things. Yeah, how about an Aqueous Form? That card, I think Aqueous Form is OP. If you're drafting, get an Aqueous Form. If you can give your creatures unblockable in a huge stalemate like this, we could just we could have our opponent with, a 16 power creature. So that helped. Now they have a lot less stuff. And we could actually send a lands attack that would probably matter. Opponent casting something big. I'm sure I'm not going to like this. Oh, Encore on the Trove Tracker. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, I think Aqueous Form is the key to this format. Any unblockable that you can get, it just seems ridiculous. Opponent gets a bunch of 2/2s. Do they make treasures? What do they do? When they die, draw a card. Oh, yeah, that seems good. And they sacrifice, so they'll draw more cards. Going on the attack, just kind of spreading it around. Oh, they're sending everything. I think this is the disc play. The one we've been waiting for. Only one coming our way. We can just block it. Block this 2/2. All right, here's a question. If he pops the disc, should we Soulsfire someone for 16 or just keep saving it because the game appears to be far from over? Kevin says, I think in a week or two they're going to start moving life totals down for this draft set. Yeah, that would certainly be interesting. I think the problem is still just stalemating. If it was 20 life, the question is, are there enough impactful things on the low parts of the curve to still make it work? If it's multiplayer is always just going to be slower because you have to worry about, if you attack someone, you're wide open to the next player. I don't know. 30 life would probably help, but, even if it were 30 life, no one would be dead in this game. I've taken the most damage at taking 15 total. We're still at 25, so, I'd be on half my life. But, if it's a shorter goal, maybe this player has attacked us, but from 25, it just doesn't feel impactful enough to them. I don't know. Vote no on the Soulfire? Yeah, we're probably going to need it. Removal is important. I agree. Just kind of getting itchy, doing nothing. Yeah, so Old Commander had this sometimes. Where you're just I'm sitting here not doing a lot. And then you pass, and it takes 45 minutes for your turn to come back. So, Old Commander, totally cool. Do I miss Old Commander sometimes? Absolutely. When you see really high power decks and things go super speed now, it's turn 2, and you feel like you're behind because someone went Soul Ring Signet or something like that. A thing that could have happened back then, but it just, back then you didn't always feel like you were affecting the game. You could have a game that could be very long and you'd just be sitting there doing nothing for a while. So, one of the things now is that generally you can feel like you're making plays that affect the board most of the time. But it's all about trade-offs, right? Each side has its pros and cons. Are there a fair number of board wipes in this set? There's a couple, but I think they're all at most of them are at rare, I think. The good ones anyway. So, there's a few. They exist. But we played one that was pretty good and our opponents just rebuilt. No big deal. Who knows? Maybe we should have saved it for longer. But on the other hand, the most I think we probably get out of this thing, given our land situation, is probably X6. And even then, that still doesn't kill a lot of things on the board. Opponent's going to blow the board up right here. Uh-oh. Don't be Nefarious Protection. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's Make a Stand. Oh, what? Turn off auto yields. What does opponent want to do now? Whew. Putting Vow on Radiant doesn't make any sense. Back to the command zone, because they can just get rid of it. Green-white opponent, probably going to win this game. Hey, did you guys watch the video? I think it was yesterday's video. It was one of the videos this week. I don't remember which one. I talked about how powerful protection effects are. Protection effects are really powerful. This opponent probably about to win the game. We drew a land. You know, I'd probably loot that land, honestly. No, we might need it for our commander, I think. I forget. So, cast Kamal, and then go on the big lands attack, probably. May need to Vow of Wilderness, depending on what we hit. Wow, these are all huge. My thought on non-legendary creatures as commanders. Yeah, I mean, always ask the table. Imler Wolf is not a card that I would have a problem with if you want to play Imler Wolf as your wolf commander. Be totally fine with that. It's, you know, it's when they're like really powerful that it's like I talked about this. One kid's like, "Hey, can I play this Grizzlebrand as my commander?" I let him do it once, and it was the worst thing ever. Then the next time he asked, I was like, "Absolutely not." It kind of depends on the power level. I'm not terribly worried about Werewolf Tribal Imler Wolf, so, you know, if it's more like I just want to do this for fun, sure, go ahead, do it. Doesn't bother me. Before the Commander Partners set, I had run into a kid who was running. It was one of the Nephilim. I think it's the discard one, the Looty one, whatever it does. I think he was playing that one. And like, yeah, that's cool. Snapcaster as commander? No thanks. No thanks. You once convinced the play group to let Umazawa's Jit be your commander? Oh man, what? If that card could be your commander, if Sunforger could be my commander, yeah, absolutely. So, Make a Stand, a card worth noting in this format. And if you have Make a Stand and it seems like a board wiping situation, hold up mana for that. You want your mana to be Kaldra? You want your commander to be Kaldra? Whose turn is it? It's opponent's turn, okay. Who's getting blasted? Don't be us. Please don't be us. Simic player taking it all. Probably not even going to kill them, just going to hurt really bad. Life totals are finally moving. Opponent down to 16. This opponent's at 35. They're about to take a whole bunch. Gonna block one. They will get the Monarch token back. How much flying do they have? That's a big flyer. That's a medium-sized flyer. Lots of other big stuff. That's an 8-8 with reach. Down they go. Wow. Got him to -1. That is a little bit scary. We lost our Reacher, and Radiant's just a problem, honestly. Wild Heart Invoker, a little late to the party. Play a mountain. Are we just on Kamal and lands? I think that's our play, right? I think it's got to be Kamal and lands. Oh, I should have played the Vow, probably. Huh. Wonder if that gets us killed. We're at 25. Opponent just got opponent. Yeah, we could die. We could die. We might be dead. I don't know. That Make a Stand play? Was there like that much we could do about the Make a Stand play? I don't know. Big removal from our opponent right here. That's kind of what we need. Opponent gonna Cascade. What do they get? Fertilid. Kamal might get us killed just because it's scarier. Fertilid not going to change the state of things here. Yeah, no, they've probably been waiting so long on that make a stand. Opponent just gonna. Oh yeah, no, good game. Good game. That's gonna be it. Destroys Kamal. Yeah, I think this is how we're going down. Okay, so what do we learn about this format? This format is very stalematey. There's a pretty good number of flyers. Flying seems to be very important, which also makes things that kill flying important. Keep that in mind. If you can get Aqueous Form, any sort of unblockable, that seems incredibly powerful. I don't know if it was just a happenstance of this game, but everything got really big in this game. Maybe it was the Advocist. It's been in play for 10 turns. So yeah, it does seem very stalematey. Maybe this Wild Heart Invoker is better than I gave it credit for because we just got stuck and couldn't do that much. Finding a way to draw cards is important because we missed a lot of land drops, and the looting was okay. It wasn't as good as we needed it to be, I don't think. Like, we looted a couple times, and it's just because the game goes so long, like, you actually need to draw the cards too just to be able to keep making the lands, because, yep. The elf cantrips, would they have changed it? I don't know, because like I don't think our deck was like big enough to really go into this. Honestly, what we kind of needed, we needed that one red card that's just like creature can't block. That's the type of thing you want, because if you can remove the big blocker, and then we could have sent in our big trampoline guy, we could have pressured the board a little bit more before all this nonsense happened. So that's my take on it. Any sort of evasion just seems really, really good for this because of the stalemating aspect. Also, make a stand. Get yourself a make a stand so that when your opponent tries to wipe the board, you can just win the game easily. By the way, I am planning to do Commander Legends week next week starting Monday, so we're going to get 5 days of Commander Legends videos, and we'll just run those right through the holidays. Who cares? Because why not? Everyone's home, right? So, yeah, stay tuned for that. I will have a bunch of Commander Legends gameplay coming for you next week, which I'm super excited to get going on. Definitely want to get some Acroma action in my life. Super excited about that. See if we can get some Voltron going as well. Many Voltron options. But yeah, I think this is going to be GG for us here. Down we go. Choose my favorite opponent. Yeah, make a stand. Make a stand all the way, right? That play. That was a game winner. Favorite opponent results? Yeah, I think everyone just kind of, oh, we got one. We got one. Sweet. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up here. This game was rather long. Apparently these games go to turn 15. That's just what they do. So I want to thank you guys for joining. If you like what I do here, be sure to subscribe. If you haven't checked me out on Twitter, you can check me out there at twitter.com/commanderreplay. And if you want to help support the channel directly, you can support me at patreon.com/commanderreplay. And yeah, I want to thank you all for joining, and we'll probably have more of these real soon. Super All-Star Patreon Sean donated me a bunch of money to do some of these drafts, so he essentially has sponsored a few drafts worth of Commander Legends, so we'll keep running those whenever time permits. And yeah, thank you guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you soon.